First things first, I made a video about Alex Belfield. In fact, it was my last video, if you want to check it out. It's a pretty divisive video. It's divisive because I've lost over 50 subscribers because of it. Now, they were obviously Alex Belfield fans, and they didn't appreciate my critique of his court shenanigans, the court verdict of guilty for stalking former colleagues of his, and my frank opinion of the guy. And that's fine, I respect that. And, if you want to come back and sub to me, then you're more than welcome to. I'm not holding any grudges here. And I do understand loyalty to other YouTubers. I get it. But thankfully, there are still those who are with me, still sub to me, still engaging with me, who respectfully disagreed with me on my stance on Alex Belfield. And, these guys and lads, guys and gals, also have my respect. And that's that. Anyway, on with the video. And this video is about Rishi Sunak and why I believe he's blown his chances of being the next Conservative leader and Prime Minister. And I'm glad, really, because let's face it, the guy is a lying backstabber. And I've always believed that as Chancellor of the Exchequer, he had sinister intentions, which proved to be correct because for some time, I think in the early months of him being Chancellor, he had a United States citizen green card, and he did a portion of that job while living in the United States. Now, what the hell's that all about? And of course, I've said it many times about the guy, but I'm going to say it again. I believe he was Chancellor and well placed in order to protect his wife's billions and his fortune, which he did. And so we're talking about a guy who wants to be an American. He wants to go and live in California. He never had the interest, of the people, the British people, the country, to heart. It was all about himself and his wife and their money. And he was also one of the prominent Tory MPs to backstab Boris Johnson by resigning, thus making Boris Johnson resign. And now he's got the absolute front, he's got the bollocks. How the hell can he go in front of the public and tell them he can fix the financial mess of the previous administration when he was part of that administration? And under him, taxes have gone up, prices have gone up, the cost of living, everything. It's all thanks to him. He printed money during the plague pandemic, and because he printed money, inflation's going up. And now we're looking at a 2-year recession, all because of him, all because of his mistakes. And he thinks he can fix it all by being Prime Minister. I mean, my God, you'd have to be pretty gullible to believe that shit. Now, sadly, he's had the backing of many Tory MPs. Now, I'm not a fan of either him nor Liz Truss, his opponent in this race to become Prime Minister, but I'd sooner her than backstabber Rishi. What do you think? There is just something about the guy I don't like and I don't trust. He is like your ultimate bought and paid for politician who's in it for himself and his money and his wife's money and his special interests. I mean, the guy has already said that he would put taxes up, etc., if he became Prime Minister. And he thinks the British people, in this economic climate, all right, the prices of everything are going up. People are choosing whether to pay their energy bills or feed themselves and their kids. And he's telling them, well, I'm going to give you even more financial hardship, so vote for me. What a fucking idiot. It's like a prisoner on death row getting the once-in-a-lifetime chance of picking his executioner. And the executioner that Rishi Sunak could be is the one that says, well, vote for me and I'll bring your execution forward. That's what it's like. It'll be just immense stupidity on behalf of the British people. Well, not the British people, it's the Conservative Party members who vote for him. So, dear me. But I doubt they will now after this, because a video has come out and he's given a speech somewhere in a wood. He's in the woods somewhere and he's given this speech and he says, "We inherited formulas from the Labour Party that shoved all the funding into deprived urban areas. That needed to be undone. I started the work of undoing that." Well, he accidentally admitted on camera that he redirected funding from deprived urban areas towards affluent rural areas. So he's like a reverse Robin Hood. He took money from the poor and gave it to the rich. Now, I hope that this would be the end of his leadership bid and his true intentions. And I believe that the damage this man could do as Prime Minister could herald in desperation, the British people voting for a Labour government which is seeped in socialism. Can you imagine that, ladies and gentlemen? A completely socialist government in charge of Britain. Now, I've always believed that capitalism is the way forward. Capitalism provides opportunity for everyone to climb the ladder. Meanwhile, socialism and far left politics doesn't. But what Rishi Sunak is suggesting or encouraging and fostering here is capitalism on steroids, where the rich really do get richer and the poor really do get poorer. It's ironic, folks, that his constituency, he is the richest MP in Parliament, but his constituency is the poorest. So pray this guy doesn't become Prime Minister. Pray this video exposes him and the Conservative members use their noggins and don't vote him as the next leader, thus Prime Minister. Because believe you me, Liz Truss is the best of a bad bunch. And that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next time, Roger Trout.